take me to Funky Town? Won't you take me to Funky Town? Won't you take me down to Funky Town? Won't you take me down to Funky Town? Won't you take me down to Don't go breaking my heart. I couldn't if I tried. Oh, honey, if I get restless, baby, you're not that kind. Don't go a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. A singer in a smoky room, the smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard. Their shadows searching in the night. Streetlights, people living just to find emotion. How shake. I shake it off, I shake it off. I never miss a beat. I'm lightning on my feet, and that's what they don't see. That's what they don't see. I'm dancing on my own, dancing on my own. Make the moves up as I go, and that's what they don't know. That's what they don't know. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop grooving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 and the haters gonna hate, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break, 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 and the faker's gonna fake, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Shake it off, shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off.
Hey, hey, hey! Just think, while you've been getting down and out about the liars and the dirty, dirty cheats of the world, you could have been getting down to this sick beat.
My ex-man brought his new girlfriend. She's like, oh my god, but I'm just gonna shake into the fella over there with the hella good hair. Won't you come on over, baby? We can shake, shake, shake. Yeah, 'cause the player's gonna play, 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 and the haters gonna hate, 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 hate. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break, 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 and the faker's gonna fake, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Shake it off, shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. Shake it off, I shake it off. I
Wow, you guys all got quiet within 3 seconds. You guys are all excited to be here. So I just wanted to welcome everybody. Welcome to our 2023 Respiratory Therapy Pinning Ceremony. So this is just an opening remark. I want to welcome all faculty, staff, family, the graduates, beautiful looking, gorgeous, handsome. You guys are slaying it. So our president, Jasmine, she came up with a slide, and we wanted to share our experience, how these past 2 years have been for us. And we're just going to go ahead and dive right into it. So I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you for coming.
Oh, you're doing pretty good over here. We got a bleeder. Observe the graph right here, the pressure time graph.
Yes, what's it going to look like?
Of course, what it'll look like is it'll go up, you know, to the peak, and then there's going to be like a little hump in between, you know, so it's going to look like a patient trigger almost within the breath.
Okay, so
Right.
how do we fix flow starvation?
Of course. So the way we fix
I'm going to say that during my practical.
And take a nice deep breath in for me. Nice and deep, nice and deep. Perfect.
Yeah, you failed. That test, ma'am, was not
There we go.
sufficient.
So
Well, do not touch. Do not touch the trigger. Sergeant, clear. Clear.
Okay, just follow the tips, of course, and good luck.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to start our opening remarks by reading a letter sent to us by our director, Dr. Tracy Marin. Dear class of 2023, congratulations. I am very proud of each of you. If any word describes you as a whole, it is those who persevere. These 2 years have been a challenge. All of you had to overcome some form of challenge, some very personal, some professional, some economical, and some simply emotional, but here you are. Although I'm not physically present, my heart is with you all, and it will be forever. I'm always here if you need me, want to share your experiences, or just want to vent. And yes, you can vent now that you are finished. Similar to what I did last year, I want to share the whys of the program with you, your family and friends, and the first-year students. Why is it so hard? Why doesn't she just give us the answers? Why do we have to look everything up? Learning is a lifelong process that is independent and self-initiated. Teaching is a cooperative art, and genuine learning is a development of the mind, not a formation of the memories, and an acquisition of knowledge and understanding, not an adoption of indoctrinated opinions. A cooperative art is one in which human activity is not only the principle, but also the sole efficient cause of results achieved. For example, Socrates compared his own style of teaching with the work of the midwife. He explains that it is the mother, not the midwife, who goes through the pains of childbirth to deliver the child. The midwife merely cooperates with the process, helping the mother in her efforts and making childbirth a little easier and a little more hygienic. Teachers, like midwives, are always dispensable. I think you have all figured that out by now. Children can be born without midwives. Knowledge and understanding can be acquired without teachers, through purely natural operations of the human mind. All learning is by discovery, either by discovery alone or discovery aided by instruction, but never by instruction alone. When instruction is not accompanied by discovery, when instruction makes impressions on the memory with no active understanding by the mind, then it is not genuine teaching, but mere indoctrination. Genuine teaching, in sharp distinction from indoctrination, always consists of activities on the part of the teachers that cooperate with activities performed by the minds of students engaged in discovery. The understanding of ideas once acquired has maximum durability. What is understood cannot be forgotten because it is a habit of the intellect, not something remembered. Why are we held to such robust standards? I feel that this class, we have achieved the purpose of this program, which is to graduate students into the field of healthcare who, number one, possess a primary concern for their patients, fellow colleagues, and the community as a whole. Number two, possess the knowledge and skills needed to be an effective patient advocates. Dr. Sapuya, a previous program medical director, directly stated in an advisory meeting that each patient is the responsibility of every healthcare provider working with that patient. Patient care is a team effort and is not the sole responsibility of the physician. The physicians rely heavily on the other healthcare providers that are at the bedside with the patient. Number three, respect themselves and others at all times. To respect someone is to appreciate their attributes and to avoid statements or discussions of negative connotations. Number four, practice honesty, fairness, and source of credit or distinction. Demonstrate honor and credibility. Number five, adhere to moral and ethical principles, soundness of moral character, and demonstrate integrity at all levels. Number six, strive towards excellence for the common good and continue to improve on the knowledge and practices available. Number seven, continue to ask questions to improve current understanding and practice and to participate in the development of the profession. Number eight, demonstrate intrinsic compassion towards our patients, community, and colleagues, and who communicate effectively, accurately, and honestly. Number nine, demonstrate leadership within their community, profession, and personal life. Influence by example is a key component of leadership. You do not have to be in a leadership position to be a leader that influences social change. And number 10, take responsibility for their own actions, scholastic endeavors, and behavior, and who hold themselves accountable for such. Why? Let's make it real. Sarah. She was married to the man of her dreams. They had 2 beautiful girls together. She worked as a waitress. 2 of her favorite customers would often carry on conversations with her about her children, her husband Steve, the high school teacher, and the children. They always commented about how hard she worked and appreciated her service. All was good until Tuesday at 6 a.m. when Steve was hit on by a drunk driver on his way to work. He was killed instantly. Yes, this was tragic, but there is more to it. His job offered the health insurance for Sarah and her girls. This was gone now. She was able to get medical for her daughters, but not for herself. Her income was cut by 75%. What those around her never knew is that she had bipolar schizophrenia that was well controlled by her medical care. This was gone now. The house payment could not be made on her new income. The house went back to the bank, and she and her girls moved into an apartment. But she was ill. She could no longer remember her orders, how to make change, or even control how she responded to an alternate reality. She lost her job. Soon, the Child Protective Services were notified that the girls were not showing up to school. They arrived at the apartment to find no food and a mess. Sarah was ill. They took her children for their own protection. She lost her apartment. She was homeless. She was devastated. Who wouldn't be? She was cold, scared, worried about her babies, ill, and vulnerable. George offered her a bit of relief for the night, heroin. She had no idea what it was or what to expect, but she did know that she was in pain and needed to sleep. While she is sitting on the sidewalk, she recognizes her favorite customers. She reached out her hand and called for them. They did not recognize her. They looked at her with disgust and called her a drug addict and told her to get a job. Now, she was in your emergency room. How will you communicate with her? Do you know anything about her? Will you try to hear her as a person? Will you try to hear her as a person, or will you call her a drug addict? My heart tells you that you will always remember. We don't know what we don't know. We cannot always assume we understand unless we have walked in her shoes exactly the way that she has, which is impossible. We will care for her as our own, because she could be any one of us. Why? I know I've told you this before, but in case you forgot, when teaching a cardiology class to those already functioning as nurses, paramedics, and therapists, several of them complained about why they needed to learn the things that were not in their scope of practice. They complained, boycotted, and all the above. They could not swallow my philosophy of understanding as much as possible for the purpose of recognizing clues, communicating clearly and with knowledge and with advocacy. So I did a study hoping that it would shed some light and open their hearts. In a particular county, you all know it, I reviewed the charts and autopsies of 486 children that died in a particular year. 65% of the children's autopsies did not match the reason for their death on the certificate. Reviewing the charts, there were clues that matched the autopsy results. So what was the problem? Did nobody care enough to actually think past what they think they know, or were their egos too big to question whether they were wrong or right? Were they too busy? How much time did they not spend on the floors? Did they not have the courage to speak on that child's behalf if they did see the clues? Did they just not understand enough to, what was it? How can this be rectified for children cared for by the 2023 graduating class? If you are saying in your head, nobody will listen anyway, you are wrong. It is a process. There are thousands of stories I could tell you from my own experience. I know people would think I never did this job, but I started just like you. I watched and learned from my clients, their stories, and their charts. That is how you do it. It is not a book. Books help you identify clues. It is in your heart. Please do not let mediocrity impair you. Please do not be afraid of people not liking you because you didn't speak up. Remember that those who do nothing when they see something to be done are just as guilty when something bad happens. Please remember that someone vulnerable is trusting you and that you are looking for their clues. They are trusting you that you are not thinking about yourself, but about them. Please always take seriously the awesome responsibility given to you. It is a responsibility of morality, honesty, investigation, and integrity. I do know how it is out there. Be strong, be courageous, or don't do it. It is your turn. I have faith in you all, with love from my heart, Dr. Marin, or as you all know me, Tracy. Thanks, Tracy. And up next, I'd like to welcome to the stage our first faculty speaker, Mr. Mike Haynes.
Thank you. I love that even though Tracy's not here, she's still giving you guys case studies and stuff. Hello, my name's Mike Haynes. Welcome to, thank you guys for allowing me to speak. I did write some stuff down, so we'll see how this goes. I've been with Victor Valley for 12 years. I've been teaching for 18 years. And this is always the best time of the year for me. I wear this suit once a year, and that's for graduation. And it's just great seeing the consummation of 2 years finally coming to realization with these graduations. So as an educator, this is always the best day of the year. So yeah, I'm glad I'm here. So I firstly want to congratulate you guys all for tremendous effort and dedication you put forward to achieving this goal. I know it wasn't easy. I mean, I went through school, and so did everybody on all the other faculty. So it's not by chance that you guys are here. You guys obviously put in the work. You worked very hard, did an awesome job. But kind of as Tracy was alluding to, the job is not yet complete. besides getting your board exams and stuff. You're going to continue to learn every single day as a respiratory therapist. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to, make dumb decisions, but you're going to learn from them. And it's what's going to make you the better therapist, right? And that should be your goal. So as you move forward in your careers, remember that the lives that you will touch, the difference you will make, and the impact you will have on countless patients and their families. You already have. I mean, you've done a ton of clinic, and you've already started this process. So just remember, we don't think about breathing until we can't. Patients are vulnerable, so they need you to be their advocates. Ensure that you're always doing what is best and what is right for your patient. This may mean going against physicians or other healthcare providers, faculty, myself, in order to provide them with the best and most effective treatment. So this goes for the 85-year-old geriatric patient who's in hospice and end of life to the 10-year-old asthmatic who needs maybe another breathing treatment. So, what you do as a practitioner may have life-saving implications. So patients, they trust you. They must trust you. So you'll need to earn that trust by being compassionate, empathetic, well-informed, and courageous, willing to be confident in the pursuit of patient well-being. And that starts by being, again, a patient advocate. And I think that's what we produce here. We produce well-informed patient advocates more than anything else. Sorry, I skipped ahead in my speech. All right, so again, yes, you will make mistakes, but you got to remain humble. Some of you guys, you don't know it all. That's kind of Tracy's main thing. You're a lifelong learner, right? No one's ever an expert at anything. Everything's always changing. The day you graduate, you do not arrive. That is not the end. This is the beginning for you. To graduate is to change gradually, hopefully for the better. This means you must evolve and adapt to meet the needs of your patients and your own aspirations for the future, whatever they may be. I hope to see each and every one of you succeed and prosper in this field. You are always welcome, obviously, to email me, stop by, help with labs, help with these new second-year students. Please help me. Lastly, I need to continue to be, this is going to sound really weird, and I know the family members, you guys are going to like, what? But I need you guys to continue not to be weirdos, okay? And idiots, okay? And they know what I mean. I'm saying that very, it sounds weird, but they know what I mean. I don't really need to explain it. You are no longer my students. You now are colleagues. So congratulations, Victor Valley class of 2023. So I would like to now bring up our clinical director, Mr. Sean Cullen.
Hi, everybody. Thank you guys for coming. I had a great speech. It was brilliant, written out right here. Unfortunately, Tracy, Mike took most of it. Weirdos, idiots, midwives, waitresses. So I guess I'll just kind of have to come up with it off the top of my head. I don't have a huge speech right now. Maybe at the end. You guys are going to hear me enough. I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to bore you too much. And we're going to talk a lot about the students up here. And, I'm unbelievably proud of you guys. You guys have come so far. You guys really are great. But there's a few other people I want to thank, because it's not just me, it's not just you guys. It really takes a community to be able to produce, healthcare providers and these types of professions, and it's super important. So I want to take a moment to thank the staff. So we have Mike Haynes, Misty Kelly, and Peter Ong. And of course, we have many other staff that help us, but they're here. So I want to take a moment to thank the staff for all their hard work. We're also not sponsored by Aquafina. I'll remove that, sorry. I I also want to take a moment to thank Dr. Scott, who is here. He's the vice president of Victor Valley. He's in the 4th row. He's been a huge supporter of the program and a huge help in us, acquiring a lot of the equipment that we have, the state-of-the-art ventilators that we have that you guys can train on. We have a state-of-the-art, simulation mannequin that we're able to use. And he's just been a huge supporter of the program, so thank you so much, and thank you for being here. And last but not least, I want to thank you guys for supporting all of the students up here, because I know how hard it is. This is hard. For the last 2 years, they've had no time, and it's a huge sacrifice for all of you. It's a huge sacrifice for them. They don't have the time to spend with the little ones. They don't have the time to spend with the family, the spouses. Every time you guys want to go out, they have to say, no, I got to study. I got a big test coming up. I got my clinicals. I got to do a soap. I mean, how many times have you heard that? They come back after a 12-hour shift and they got to do a soap. They don't even have time to see you or eat with you. So it's been a huge sacrifice for you guys as well. And I just want to thank everybody here for all of your support, because you guys are just as important, and I know how hard you guys have all worked to help them as well. So let's give all of you guys in the crowd a round of applause. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the awards. We do have the second years first, but I'm going to go ahead and give out the first year awards first, if that's okay with you guys. There's a lot of awards, I guess. So we also do, I want to thank the first years too. They are here, they're working hard. They did a lot of work, so you guys all saw them in the blue scrubs. They came here early, 3 hours early. They were helping to usher people in, helping to set up, helping decorate. So good job, first years. And I want to congratulate all of you guys for moving on to your second year. So you guys are not too far away from this moment. So our first award for the first year going into second year class is going to be for the excellence in professionalism. And that is for David Moreno. Long, awkward silence. Here you go, David. The next award is going to be Excellence in Leadership, and that's Jasmine Valle. There she is. Okay. Once again, come on, guys, let's show some energy. Jasmine. And the last award for the first years going into second we have is for patient advocacy, and that's Kiana Johnson. Awesome. All right, let's give them all one more round of applause. All right, and then we're going to have the second years. I know you guys don't know any of them, so it's not as exciting, but... All right, so the first award we're going to do the Excellence in Leadership, and that's for the class president, Jasmine Silvas. The next award we have is for clinical excellence, and that's Flavio Avalos. All right, we have another patient advocacy award, and that's for Amanda Mushobash. And then the last award we have is for academic excellence, and this is for Teresa Gonzalez. And next, I'll welcome Peter to give out some scholarships and some money.
Okay. Good evening. First and foremost, congratulations. Take a moment to reflect on all that you've overcome, on all that you've accomplished, and on all that you've learned. What an accomplishment. Blah, blah. Sorry. I'm nervous. My name is Peter Ong. I'm also a former VVC RT program graduate, so I know firsthand what you've been through. I started the Vanessa Gallegos and Beth Elliott Scholarship because I remember not only how difficult it was to study, but how hard it was to try to study and figure out how to pay for your school, boards, license, and everything else that life demands. I wanted to give back to the community that gave me so much. When I would talk to other VVC RT program alumni, they felt the same way. And now we have a group of over 10 former VVC RT graduates that donates every year. We asked the graduating class to write an essay and to describe in detail how the respiratory program has prepared them to contribute to the field of respiratory care. We asked them to explain how they will take their experience as respiratory therapy students and now graduates to further our profession. And then lastly, we asked them to provide their own definition of professionalism, work ethics, and attitude, because we feel that these are all important aspects of respiratory care. We had 11 entries this year. It was difficult to select the winner, so we narrowed it down to 3. So with further ado, tied for second and receiving a check for $500 each are Teresa Gonzalez and Samantha Castillo. And for first place, also receiving a check for $850 goes to Maya Serna. Yeah, so congratulations. We wish you all the best on it. And welcome back, Sean.
Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and pin all the students. This is the moment we came here for. So let's take a moment, let them get lined up, and then we'll go ahead and start the ceremony. Okay, the first student we have. All right, the first student we have is Flavio Avalos. This is actually the hardest part of the program. You guys don't know that. Oh. Yeah. Okay, the next student we have is Bianca Avalar. Yay. Okay, next we have Jessica Bita. Next we have Robert Castellanos. Next we have Samantha Castillo. The next student we have is Maya Cerna. And next we have Elizabeth Downing. Michael Estrada. Chris Frazee. Pamela Glendenning. Teresa Gonzalez. Madison Hernandez. Next, we have Amanda Mushabash. Next, we have Alejandro Ruby Osborne. Next, we have Mentahal Shover. Last but not least, we have Jasmine Silvas. Let's give it up one more time for the 2023 RT graduating class. Okay, don't stop. Keep it going. Come on. As they're walking up, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the next speaker. The next speaker is going to be Jasmine Silvas.
If you guys understood how stressed I was writing this. Hello, everybody. I'd like to formally introduce myself. My name is Jasmine Silvas. I'm the class president for our wonderful graduating cohort of 2023. I'd like to first start by thanking our family, friends, faculty, and first years that are here in attendance today, both in person and via live stream. When we interviewed a little over 2 years ago, Sean told us what we should expect from the program. He said this program would be similar to taking the hardest math class, human anatomy, physiology, and microbiology, all at the same time. He told us our weekends would be reserved for class and lab time, and our weeks would be split between clinicals, homework, and projects. At the end of our interviews, he asked us, "Is this something you're prepared for?" And despite each of us answering yes, we truly didn't know what we had agreed to at that time. We spent countless hours studying, in the classroom learning, in lab practicing, and at bedside with patients. Also that in the end, we would be given the honor of being able to say, "Hello, I'll be the respiratory therapist taking care of you today." Our director, Dr. Tracy Marin, told us at the beginning of the program that we would be spending more time with one another than our own families, and that we need to become close because no one would understand what we were going through more than our own classmates. While this was a lot to ask from a bunch of people in little squares on Zoom, I can truly say that all these individuals now have their place in my heart. I knew that we had a special class when at the end of our first summer semester, we had all agreed in our group chat that we would have to be told to leave and that we would not give up and we had to be told to just get out before we would ever just figure it out ourselves. That drive and consistent dedication is the reason that we're on the stage today. Dr. Marin also said something that would forever stick with me. She let us know that throughout the duration of the program, we would not be in a competition. She said, "When you're at bedside in ER, waiting for a 2-year-old to come in with respiratory distress, don't you want to know that the person beside you has the knowledge and skill set needed to take care of them?" And that was an ideal that our class truly embodied. We shared notes, Quizlets, and explained things to each other in a way that we could truly benefit from. I've been a witness to seeing myself and my classmates panic while attempting to set up a nebulizer in preparation for our first lab practical, to being at bedside, providing life-saving measures during emergency situations. I can confidently say that my classmates have dedicated themselves to becoming both excellent care providers and compassionate patient advocates. I'm also proud to say that we retained all of our class going into fall semester following our mechanical ventilation class. Thank you, Mike. And our entire class recently passed our NBRC exit exams with a cumulative score above the national average. Yes, we really did that. When reflecting and preparing what I would say today, a constant overwhelming theme of gratitude popped into my head. So let me personally start with my classmates. Thank you to each of you for being a person that made me feel comfortable enough to text at midnight when I had a dumb question or just to vent about the stress of the program. Thank you for always uplifting and comforting one another at the end of each semester when we really thought that we wouldn't make it. And most of all, thank you for surrounding me with love and support during the most difficult time in my life. I couldn't ask for a better class, and I'm truly forever grateful for you guys. Next, to our family and friends, thank you for your continuous support over the last 2 years. Thank you for being understanding when we had to miss out on important events due to the extraneous nature of the program. Thank you for being witness to our anxiety and nervous breakdowns when things got hard, and thank you for always cheering us on. Thank you to the spouses and partners that acted essentially as single parents during the long hours of studying, class, and clinicals, to the families that took on the financial burden of losing an income while allowing us to pursue this profession. To our faculty, thank you for constantly pushing us to reach further and dig deeper. You instill confidence in ourselves to always seek out information rather than just providing us with an easy answer. You explained concepts to us more than once, even though I thought we went over that last week. You held us to high expectations of professionalism and clinical excellence, and you provided us with the tools needed to become an asset on our future care team. To everyone in attendance and to those that are no longer here with us to celebrate, I hope we have made you proud and that we continue to make you proud as we begin our careers and advance into the medical field. This success is just as much ours as it is yours. Now, I will leave my fellow classmates with a final piece of advice. If there is anything we learned over the last 2 years, it is that we know nothing. Because of this, there will always be many points throughout our careers when we are faced with difficult situations or questions. And whatever those questions may be, in the wise words of Michael and Amanda, per NCBI will always be the correct answer. Thank you. And next on stage is our Vice President, Amanda Musharvish.
Let me just grab the speech. Let me just start by saying I usually don't get nervous when I speak in front of people, but I am so extremely nervous. I'm usually the one making the jokes and, just getting by. Okay, as you all know, my name is Amanda Musharbash. I am VP of our beautiful class, Respiratory class of 2023. I wanted to say hello to family, peers, faculty, and staff. I feel honored to speak here today at our respiratory pinning ceremony in front of my class, who are, Jasmine started to say, I can't even explain how amazing these people are. You all deserve a round of applause, like right now. We all need to give them a round of applause. I'm not an emotional person, but if you see some tears, we're just gonna look past that, okay? So I wanna start by thanking God. I wanna thank God for getting me here today, because I promise you the endless amount of prayers and tears that I would do behind closed doors is unexplainable. And I would not be here today without the help of the Father up above. I always see the brighter side of things. I'm usually the positive one. I hope to have shed as much as positivity as I can to each and every one of you, whether it's faculty, whether it's a friend, my sister, family member, or even our now, congratulations, second years. I can't even tell you the numerous amount of phone calls I would get in the middle of the night just saying, we're going to be fine. We're gonna pass. You're so smart. No negativity, because it's been endless. You have all gone through a tedious academic and professional journey, one that only can be successfully completed through hard work, diligence, and determination. The respiratory curriculum is a very intense and elaborate curriculum, and when I tell you my dad said he missed my smile, that's how I knew it was getting serious. Yet through thick and thin, we somehow found joy. And through all the challenges, we did it anyway. I am proud of each and every single one of you. Do you guys remember the first day we had with Tracy? Better yet, do you want to remember the first day we had with Tracy? Because I remember one thing Dr. Marin telling us, how this was not going to be easy. How what we all had to do was keep going. And that we weren't gonna know anything, and we were going to fail endless amount of quizzes. When I tell you we were humbled, we were humbled. Let me just say, we took it and ran, and here we are today. From the endless amount of fruit my mom used to serve us for our study sessions, and the amount of money Starbucks unfortunately made off of us because we really needed that caffeine, to those long hours we put in clinic and endless soaps that we fought so hard just to get a 90%. Thanks, Sean. I'm sure most of you did most of your homework in the parking lot, so I want to congratulate you on that for making it through. We did definitely see the brighter side, and I'm not even going to lie, it was not easy, but I would still do it again with the same exact people all over again. But it was definitely worth it. We are not the same students we were the first day of this program, because I promise you we've all come a long way. So for that, I wanted to thank our staff members. I want to thank you all for making us laugh and pushing us so hard that we become a better therapist for our future patients. You have all watched us grow, and with that, I'm extremely grateful. I want to thank my family. Oh, Lord. I do have family from the Middle East watching this right now, and they do only speak Arabic, so I just want to say hello. مرحبا أهل الأردن، بحبكم كتير إخوالي وخالتي عواطف وتيتا بحبك كتير. The support I got from my family is unmatched. Thank you, Mom, for always giving me a hug. Even though when I told you I didn't need one, you still gave it to me anyway. Thank you, Dad, for pushing me to be the woman I am today. Oh, see? We don't cry. We're going to slay it. Whew. Thank you, Dad, for pushing me to be the woman I am today. Thank you to my 3 precious sisters who all each have beautiful personalities, because when I tell you, they all make me laugh and smile in ways you can't imagine. You guys really are my best friends. And I hope that I can still live up to your standard and continue to be the best role model I can be for you. I would not be here today without their motivation and, most importantly, their love that they have for me, because I know my attitude can be a lot. Now, you see, this part of the speech is when I didn't expect to cry, but since I did cry, now that you've seen me cry, just know I did not hold back the tears. Wow, okay. This journey and these amazing students before you here today, they each bring so much to the table, and they don't even realize how smart and amazing they are, but I am here to tell you, I cannot wait for you guys all to change lives and save those patients, because they seasoned us well enough. Now I'm gonna end it off on a really good note. As McDreamy would say from Grey's Anatomy, it's a beautiful day to save lives. And now to really end us off, a famous artist, Hannah Montana, she once said, "There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm just gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb." Thank you all so much for coming to support us.
We have more awards to give out. There we go. Okay, that's easier. So I didn't come up with these awards. This was voted by the class. So, and I'm just getting this right now. So I'm going to go ahead and read them off. The first award we have is most likely to do their soap in the parking lot. I'm pretty sure that's all of them at some point, because I read you guys' soaps here and there. So, but they voted on Bianca B. The next award is most likely to be supervisor one day of the rest of the class. And that is Alejandra Ruby Osborne. Academic excellence not looking so good now, huh, Teresa? Most likely to walk in late with a Starbucks. Samantha Castillo. Most likely to scare a student on their first day, Jessica Bita. Again, I did not vote for these. This is not. The next one is most likely to get yelled at by Sean. Let me give a backstory before he comes up, because he already knows. Yeah, they're not supposed to have cell phones in the class. He had a calculator, but who does their calculations under the table, like looking around, making sure nobody else is checking the math? Chris Frazee. Next, most likely to take a trip in their Crocs, I think in their Crocs, yeah? Oh, to trip over themselves? Okay, most likely to trip wearing Crocs, Maya Cerna. Most likely to tell a doctor that albuterol won't fix fine crackles, Pamela Glenn Denning. Most likely to blow up on respiratory TikTok, Jasmine Sillis. Most likely to give the best advice, Mintahal Shover. Most likely to spend all their money on food, Madison Hernandez. Again, I think this could go to the whole class, but most likely to turn in paperwork 1 minute before it's due, Flavio Avalos. It was either 1 minute before it's due or 1 minute after, and then I get a comment that says it wouldn't load or I had internet problems. It's every time. So you don't have to turn it in at midnight. That's just the due date. First years. Most likely to marry a doctor, Amanda Mushabash. Most likely to wear a chain with their scrubs, Robert Castellanos. Most likely to not study and still pass with an A, Teresa Gonzalez. Most likely to lose their workload. It's HIPAA, let's not lose a Elizabeth Downing. I have no idea. This was class thing, not mine. And most likely to fall asleep in class, Michael Estrada. Okay, so we have another round of awards. No, I'm just kidding. That's all the awards. So I'm just going to give some closing remarks. I got to be careful being too nice to them because we have all the first years watching. So I need to make sure that they're still scared and worried moving forward. We still got a year to go. But, you know, I did say, at the beginning how proud I am of you guys, and I really am. And I guess what I want to say is, I interviewed you guys. Jasmine, I think, talked about it a little bit. I interviewed all of them before they got into the program. And I told them what they were going to expect. They were all super shy, super timid, super nervous. It was over Zoom. And I asked them, are you guys prepared? Do you guys think you're ready? All of them said, yeah. And so we selected them. And moving forward, I never told you, but I believed in you guys at that moment. I knew you guys were going to be here. I did. I really did. I knew you guys were going to make it here, but I couldn't tell you that because I needed you guys to work hard. I'm telling you that now, but I need you guys to keep working hard because we're not done. Mike talked about how this is just the beginning. We're constantly learning. Everybody up here, you guys are going to change lives, they're going to save lives, and they're going to make a tremendous difference in this community. And I just want you guys to have that confidence in yourself because moving forward, I had first year with you guys, right? Before you guys could go to clinics, you guys had to do your practicals. Every single one of them. After the interview, I'm sure all of them thought, I'm not getting into this program, right? Even though they all told me they're ready. But after the interview, I messed that up. I'm not getting in. After their first year practicals, every one of them probably went home. Bombed that. I didn't do well. Their event practicals. Bombed that. Then I had them for their exit exams. And I told them, I said, I know you guys, it's going to be stressful. You guys are going to be fine. None of them believed me. I said, you're going to be fine. Just take a breath. You get nervous. Take a step back and go back at it. You guys are going to be all right. And every one of them, they had to hand in their paper after. They got a scratch paper. Every one of them, I'll see you next year. And then this is the first class to have every single one of them pass their exit exams. I know I'm hard on you guys. I've been hard on you guys for the last 2 years. But I just want you guys to start believing in yourselves as much as I believed in you, as much as every one of the faculty members believed in you, and as much as everybody out here believes in you, okay? Because you guys you're going to do big things, and this is just the beginning. And I just want to say how much of a pleasure this is to be here. This really is my favorite part. I give you guys a hard time about being up here, but I do like being up here with you guys. This is my favorite part. It's 2 years. It's super tough. I went through the same exact program, so I know what you guys went through. I was in your shoes in the interview process. I was in your shoes for the first year practical in the exact same program. And you guys are going to be changing lives, making differences moving forward. So once again, I just want to thank everybody for coming, and I want to just close with another round of applause and congratulations to the 2023 graduating class, Respiratory Therapy. Thank you, everybody.
All my life been hustling, and tonight is my